Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that touches each of us at some point in life crisis. Have you ever wondered how some people navigate challenges with ease while others crumble under the pressure? Maybe you feel like you're standing on the edge of a precipice with no way out in sight. But what if I told you that a crisis is not the end, but the beginning of something new? Today, we'll unveil the secrets of how to cope with life crises and emerge victorious. Life crises can hit us at any time, whether it's losing a job, a breakup, illness, or even global changes. They strike unexpectedly, shattering our routines and leaving us feeling powerless. However, crises are not merely disasters, they are turning points, moments when we can reassess our lives and realign our priorities. One of the first steps in overcoming a crisis is acknowledging its existence. Many of us try to ignore the problem, hoping it will disappear on its own. But this approach only worsens the situation. It's essential to realize that crises are a part of life, and how we respond to them determines our future. Acknowledging the crisis allows us to take control of the situation and start taking action. Think of the story of the phoenix, a mythical bird that burns in flames and rises from the ashes. The crises in our lives are like that fire, through which we must pass to become stronger. Each time we face difficulties, we have the chance to become better, renew ourselves, and start a new chapter in our lives. It's important to remember that crises don't destroy us, they help us grow. The key to successfully overcoming a crisis is our attitude towards it. If we see only the negative in a crisis, we are doomed to suffer. But if we view it as a challenge, an opportunity for growth, we can emerge as winners. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? How can I use this crisis to become better? Shifting focus from problems to solutions is the first step in overcoming a crisis. Remember, you are not alone. When it seems like the world is falling apart, there are always people around willing to help. Whether it's friends, family, or professional counselors, don't hesitate to seek support. Talking to someone who understands your pain can be incredibly healing. Often, it's in these moments that we realize how crucial the support of others is, and we begin to value our relationships with loved ones even more. Another important step in overcoming a crisis is taking responsibility for your life. In crisis moments, it's easy to fall into the role of a victim, blaming circumstances or other people for our problems. However, by taking responsibility, we realize that we have the power to change the situation. We can't control everything that happens around us, but we can control our response to these events. Taking responsibility means recognizing that only we can change our lives for the better. This can be frightening, but it's also incredibly liberating. View the crisis as an opportunity to demonstrate your strength and capacity for change. Start with small steps. Do something that will lead to an improvement in the situation, even if it seems insignificant at first glance. When life challenges us, it's crucial to maintain emotional balance. In moments of crisis, we often succumb to panic, which only worsens the situation. Practices like meditation, deep breathing, and physical exercise can help calm your mind and body. Staying calm allows us to think clearly and make conscious decisions that will help us emerge from the crisis with minimal losses. For example, take the story of John, an entrepreneur who lost his business during an economic crisis. Instead of falling into despair, he used this time to rethink his goals and plans. John began practicing yoga and meditation, which helped him find inner peace. Soon, he realized that his true calling wasn't just running a business, but helping others overcome difficulties. Today, John is a successful coach and motivational speaker, helping thousands of people navigate life crises. It's important to learn to let go of what we can control. Crises are often associated with losses, whether it's material possessions, relationships, or even our health. We tend to cling to the past, hoping everything will return to normal. However, to move forward, we must let go of what no longer serves us. This is not easy, but it's the only path to healing and a new beginning. To cope with a crisis, you need to learn to be flexible. Life is unpredictable, and what worked in the past won't always work now. Flexibility allows us to adapt to new conditions and find solutions we hadn't considered before. Think of bamboo, which bends in the wind but doesn't break. Like it, we must be ready to change our approaches and find new ways to achieve our goals. One way to develop flexibility is through continuous learning. In times of crisis, it's especially important to acquire new knowledge and skills that will help you cope with the current challenges. This could be learning a new profession, mastering new technologies, or simply reading self-development books. Remember, each new skill is a step forward, an opportunity to expand your possibilities and find new paths to success. In moments of crisis, it's important to remember your values and priorities. Often, a crisis forces us to reevaluate what truly matters in life. This could be time spent with family, health, spiritual growth, or self-realization. Understanding your core values helps you stay on course and make the right decisions during difficult times. Don't forget to take care of your physical and mental health. Crisis situations can be exhausting, and it's crucial to keep yourself in good shape. Regular physical exercise, healthy eating, and enough sleep are the foundations that will help you cope with the strain. Also, don't neglect your mental health. Find time for relaxation, hobbies, and spending time with people who bring you joy. Remember the story of Michael, who lost his job after 20 years of a successful career. Michael was on the verge of despair, but decided to use this time to care for himself. He started exercising regularly, revised his diet, and spent more time in nature. Soon, he found a new job that was much more interesting and promising. Michael realized that losing his job was an opportunity for a new, higher quality life. One of the most effective tools in battling a crisis is positive thinking. Our thoughts influence our perception of reality, and if we dwell on negativity, we create an atmosphere of despair around us. Try to focus on the positive aspects that a crisis might bring. Find something to be grateful for, even in tough times. Positive thinking doesn't mean ignoring problems. It helps us see opportunities where others only see obstacles. Positive thinking can be trained like any other ability. Start with simple things. Find at least 3 reasons to be grateful each day. It could be anything: the support of loved ones, a hot cup of tea, or a successful deal. Over time, you'll notice how your perception of the world changes, how difficulties stop seeming insurmountable, and how crises turn into opportunities for growth. It's important to learn to accept help. Often, in moments of crisis, we withdraw into ourselves, trying to deal with problems alone. However, the help of others can be invaluable. Don't be afraid to ask for support. This is not a sign of weakness, but rather a testament to your strength and readiness for change. Perhaps there are people around you who have already gone through similar difficulties and can share their experience. In crisis moments, it can be helpful to seek out examples of people who have already overcome similar situations. Success stories can inspire you to achieve new heights and give you the strength to keep going. Take, for example, the story of Oprah Winfrey. She was born into a poor family, faced numerous challenges, including abuse and discrimination, but was able to turn her pain into a source of strength. Today, Oprah is one of the most influential women in the world, and her story proves that crises can be overcome if you don't give up and keep moving forward. A crisis is a time when it's important to stay true to your goals and dreams. Sometimes it feels like difficulties mean we need to give up on our plans and objectives, but in reality, a crisis can be a catalyst for achieving what you've long aspired to. Perhaps now is the time to take that step you've been postponing, or try something new that will bring you closer to your dream. Let me remind you of another story, the story of Tony Robbins, a renowned coach and motivational speaker. Tony grew up in a family with many problems, including poverty and violence. He was on the brink of despair when he decided he would no longer be a victim of circumstances. Tony began working on himself, studying psychology and motivation. Today, he helps millions of people around the world overcome difficulties and achieve success. His story shows that a crisis can be the starting point for something great. It's important to remember that crises don't last forever. They come and go, leaving us stronger and wiser. When it seems like there's only darkness ahead, remind yourself that after night always comes morning. Even if it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel right now, know that it's there. Your task is to keep moving forward despite the difficulties, and believe that new opportunities and successes await you ahead. One of the most effective ways to cope with a crisis is to stay busy. Find something that inspires and engages you. This could be a hobby, a new project, or volunteer work. Keeping busy helps distract you from negative thoughts and directs your energy towards something constructive. When we are passionate about something, crises no longer seem so terrifying, and we feel more confident. For example, Maria, who lost her job due to a company closure, didn't just sit idle. She decided to use this time to develop her hobby making jewelry. At first, it was just a pastime, but soon Maria began selling her creations and opened her own online store. The crisis gave her the opportunity to find her true calling and start a new, successful chapter in her life. It's important to remember that every crisis is a lesson. It teaches us to be stronger, wiser, and more patient. Try to learn something valuable from each difficulty. Ask yourself, what can I take away from this situation? What lesson has this crisis taught me? The answers to these questions will help you not only deal with current challenges, but also prepare for future ones. Every time you face a crisis, remember that you have already gone through hardships and emerged victorious. Recall the moments when it seemed like everything was lost, but you found the strength to keep going and eventually overcame the problems. These memories can become a powerful source of support and inspiration during tough times. It's crucial to maintain self-belief. The biggest enemy during a crisis is doubt and insecurity. Remind yourself that you are stronger than you think. You have already been through a lot, and this crisis is just another stepping stone on your path to success. Believe in your strength, in your abilities, and in the fact that you can overcome any difficulties. One way to strengthen your self-belief is through visualization of success. Imagine yourself overcoming the crisis and emerging stronger and wiser. Visualize the steps you take to deal with the difficulties and the outcome you achieve. Visualization helps you set your mind on success and see the opportunities that lie ahead. During a crisis, it is essential to remember self-compassion. We often judge ourselves too harshly for mistakes and failures, which only makes the situation worse. Learn to forgive yourself for imperfections and accept your weaknesses. A crisis is a time when you need to be especially kind to yourself and take care of your emotional well-being. Consider the story of Anna, who went through a difficult divorce. At first, she blamed herself for the failure of her marriage, but over time she realized that self-judgment only intensified her pain. Anna began to practice self-compassion, allowing herself to feel and process her emotions without condemning them. Over time, she was able to restore her emotional health and start a new, happier life. Don't forget the power of small steps. Crises can seem insurmountable when we try to tackle them all at once. But if you break the task down into small steps, it becomes much more manageable. Every small step brings you closer to your goal. And even if progress seems slow, it's important to keep moving forward. For example, if you're facing a financial crisis, start by reviewing your budget and finding ways to cut expenses. Then consider opportunities for additional income. Each small step will gradually help you improve your financial situation and overcome the crisis. Another important aspect of overcoming crises is patience. Results don't always come immediately, and it's important to give yourself time to recover. Don't demand instant success from yourself. Give yourself time to adapt and gradually solve problems. Patience will help you deal with difficulties and avoid emotional burnout. Remember the story of Thomas Edison, who made thousands of attempts before he invented the light bulb. Each time he faced failure, he didn't give up but continued to search for solutions. In the end, his patience and perseverance led to a great discovery that changed the world. His story is a wonderful example of how patience can lead to success, even in the most challenging situations. Don't forget about gratitude. Even in times of crisis, it's important to take time to appreciate the good things in your life. Gratitude helps shift your focus from problems to positive aspects and creates a more positive emotional state. Take time to thank yourself and others for the little joys in your life, even during the toughest times. Another way to cope with a crisis is to help others. When we direct our energy towards helping other people, we begin to see the world in a different light. Helping those in need can bring immense satisfaction and give you the strength to overcome your own difficulties. This could be volunteer work, helping friends, or even a simple act of kindness to a stranger. Consider the story of Jack, who, after losing a loved one, began helping the homeless. At first, it was just a way to distract himself from the pain. But over time, Jack realized that his help brought joy to him as well. He founded a charity that helps people in difficult life situations. Jack found a new purpose in life by helping others, and it helped him cope with his own grief. Finally, remember that crises are temporary. No matter how tough it is right now, know that this too shall pass. Your task is to not give up, to keep moving forward, and to believe in a better future. Crises come and go, but your strength and perseverance stay with you forever. You are capable of overcoming any difficulties, and this crisis is just another step on your path to success. Dear viewers, I hope this video has helped you see crises in a new light and find the strength to overcome them. If this video has been helpful to you, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, give it a thumbs up, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your feedback inspires us to create more motivating content. Remember, every challenge is an opportunity to become better, and you have the strength to overcome any crisis. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next videos.